What's up, world? This is Yuri, aka Russian Prototype. It's Monday, August 23rd. Welcome to my live show. Tonight, I am telling you about an exciting topic. The topic is 5 reasons to date a foreigner. It's only right that I'm going to be telling you about this topic because I am a foreigner and I've dated foreigners. So I know about this topic. I know what I'm talking about here. And even though this is going to be my opinions, this is going to be anecdotal, but I think many of you will be able to relate to these factors, okay? And of course, we're going to have opportunity to engage. The only way we're going to make this the best possible show, the best possible experience is if we comment on the videos. Well, actually, if you comment on the videos, on the video, on the comment during the live stream, I can't talk. If you provide your opinions, if you ask questions, and if you engage with me, this is always creates the very best experience. So let's jump into this, shall we? Before we do, let's acknowledge some folks who are actually here. So if you're watching live, be sure to say hello in the comment. Um, say where you watching from so I can acknowledge you. We have Heather in the house. Hello, Heather. Michigan is in the house. Thanks for being here. We have Vanessa in the house. Oh, where are you from? You might have told me once. Um, I'm not East Coast somewhere, correct? I'm not sure exactly where, but I believe it's East Coast. Tell me if I'm wrong. Thank you for being here. Becky, thank you for being here. Is it Texas? I might be messing it up. I think it's Texas, but I might be wrong. Felicia, thank you for being here. Alabama is in the house. Cheyenne, thank you for being here. Virginia is in the house. Vanessa said, from America. Yes, I know from America. What state in America? Okay. Thank you all for being here and hanging out. Let's jump into number one. Number one is language and accent. When you date a foreigner, you're going to hear an accent. An accent is something magical. It's something so exciting. It's like you hear a different tonality. It's like you hear somebody saying different things. You hear a lot of bloopers. You actually hear a person not knowing words. Um, Sometimes it's the cutest thing ever because a person might not be sure what they're saying and you can step in and help them. They might be acting a little bit reserved. They might be a little bit shy as a result. Sometimes it could be quite ugly because some Russian people, when they don't know what to say, they just get loud. They just take Russian word and they just start speaking louder, like uh, "поехали, поехали." You don't get it. No, поехали. Okay, that's because you speak louder. People in your language, people not gonna understand you. Okay, you have to actually say the words in that language, but it's adorable. It's adorable. And then, of course, the language itself. Accents are adorable. I can tell you from my perspective. In the past, when I dated foreigners, some of the accents are just unbelievable. It's just when you talk to that person, it's just this. It's a it factor. You hear it and you're like, oh my gosh, this is just the most adorable thing in the world. But then the language itself, this exposes you to potentially a different language. As you're going to be helping this person out with English, this person can teach you a few words in a natural tongue. And anytime you have an opportunity to learn another language just a little bit, it is broaden your horizons tenfold. Because for one thing, we don't even know the full impact that it has on our brain, on our mind. We're still trying to figure it out. But it certainly it certainly allows you, it exposes you to different things that you wouldn't be able to see otherwise. And any other kind of language is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because it lets you really see how big the world is, and that there are so many different things that you could do in the world. And language is a prime example of diversity of the world. You know, people who can speak multiple languages, once you speak more than one, more than two, you realize, oh my god, it is just so unbelievable how connected the language to a culture, and how much the language can actually mean to different people out there in the world. And when you're dating a foreigner, this is a major point of emphasis. So let's see some of the comments about what we just discussed. Looks like we have a couple more people joining. Becky said, I currently reside in Georgia. Apologies. I thought it was South, but I went Texas. So thank you for letting me know. Shante, hello. Thank you for joining. I think you're in UK. So if you are in UK, it's kind of late. I appreciate you jumping on. Thank you so much. Surya, I think Malaysia. Correct me if I'm wrong. Malaysia is in the house. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. Felicia said, my ex was German. His accent was strong. It took a year before I could understand. People do have very strong accent, and Russians definitely not exception. A lot of Russians will have very strong accents. Felicia said, he loved my southern accent. Apparently I got an accent. Yeah, for foreigners, majority of people in the United States will probably have accent. When I said, I guess I have an accent too from the South. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Hello, Jamie. Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you. Shane said, oh my God, I felt that. I dated a guy from Czechoslovakia. He spoke English well, but his accent was so strong. Very much so. Becky said, foreign accents are sexy. I agree. I find Russian language really sexy and turn on. Would love to learn the language. You know what's interesting about this, Shante, is that a lot of people feel that Russian language is sort of this harsh language. And I've seen a funny hold on. Let me show you. Let me find it. And let me show it to you, because that was a picture that somebody sent me the other day. And I want to see if I can actually show it to you. Oh, look at this. I think you might be able to see it. You might be able to see it. Oh, that's too much light. Oh my God. Let me see. So you see it says, let me see if I can actually try to share it. And if I can plug in something here really quickly. I'm going to make quick work of another monitor. I'm doing it on the spot, but sometimes that's what it takes. That's what it takes during these live streams, to see you how funny some things are. Sometimes that's what it takes. But continue on with your comments while I am going to bring this thing up on the screen. I'm going to share the screen so I can show you what I want to show you. Just a moment. Not yet. Not quite yet. 1 second. 1 second. Hopefully you still can see me. 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 I'm almost there, I promise. I'm almost there. There was a picture that I wanted to show you. This is the picture that I wanted to show you. Here we go. 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 So, English insults. You see this little cat? Spanish insults. A gator saying anything in Russian. You see this dragon? And then let me take these things away. Casually ordering food in German. A creature. Oh, I thought it was funny. I thought it was super funny. So I wanted to show it to you. So apparently, saying anything in Russian, it looks like a dragon, angry dragon. So I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny, and I wanted to share this with you. But, uh, but I don't listen. I don't think I know that people feel that way about Russian language, but I don't believe that that's the case. Looking from us, for kind of like from looking in from a side, right? I can see how it can seem like a harsh language, but Russian could be very eloquent, very rich language with a lot of words, a lot of slang, and so many different ways to utilize the language depending on who you listening to. Some people, like Russian poets, we have Pushkin, we have Lermontov, they have an incredible use of Russian language. It's just flowing. Maybe one day I can read you some Russian. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in hearing me reading some Russian poems or a part of the Russian poems, so you can hear what the real classic rich language sounds like. If you're interested in classic Russian or Russian poem, put it in the chat, hashtag classic Russian, and we'll figure out how to and I'll figure out how to either read the poem to you or get a segment of language that will really showcase how really powerful the language is. Vanessa said, yes, I absolutely love the language. It's still learning the language. I'm learning the language too. I believe when it comes to language, it's a lifelong journey. For me, I wish I had a French accent. It sounds pretty on women, in my opinion. Accents are just so nice. Accents are so amazing. I love the French accent. My French teacher in high school, Miss Atrice, she was adorable. French is like silk, you know? It's like, s'il vous plaît. Um, bonjour. C'est la vie. This just sounds so nice. Jessica, I'm here. Thank you so much for being here. We are talking about language and accents, okay? This is the first reason out of 5 distinct reasons we're going to discuss today why to date a foreigner. Okay, so let's look at a couple more comments before we moved on. Jamie said, I have been learning Mandarin for 2 years and Russian for 3 months. Wow, Mandarin. I think that the toughest thing about speaking some of these languages without Asian languages is no alphabet. It's symbols. How do you learn symbols? Jamie, leave a comment. How do you learn symbols? Because I have absolutely no point of reference how you would do that. Alphabet, I can kind of manage my way through it. Symbols, no idea. Strong Ballerina is here. Hello, сильная балерина пришел. So Strong Ballerina speaks Russian, and she said in Russian, she said сильная балерина пришел. But with Russian, here's the quick tip. With Russian, you have genders. So when you say сильная балерина, it should be пришла. Пришла because it's female. Not пришел, but пришла. This is actually one of the hardest things for foreigners to memorize is the endings based on the gender that you're using. In any language, as a foreigner, when you learn another language, that's a very, very difficult deal to learn. Brian is here. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for being here. My friend's teacher used to say bom dia like bom dia, and it was so funny because we used to think about other thing in Portuguese. Nice. Words change depending on the tone. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Watching anime, slowly learning Japanese. That is awesome. That is awesome. Thought of that. Da, пришла. Yes, correct. But without yo. Пришла, not пришла. Russian is tough. It's not easy language. If you're just joining, make sure you smash this like button. Make sure you leave a comment. Tell me where you're watching from right now, the city, the state, or the country. Let me make sure I can give you a shout out. Jamie said it's just like learning words, but the hard part about Mandarin is that it is tonal. So your tone in the accent changed the word entirely. Goodness, that must be so not easy. This is so interesting, but seems so complicated as well. Vanessa said, I studied Spanish for 1 year and going to college for Spanish. I've been studying Russian for a few months and still learning it slowly. I love languages and much hope to reach my goals and passion. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Yuri, what did you think was weird about the English language when you were first learning it? I thought that many people overutilized certain words. You could always hear make sure, you can always hear I'm excited. Um, you could always hear what else? Um, just some words. Oh, when I was younger, I would go to YMCA and I would always hear people say I'm playing, or stop playing, like joke around. So you could hear so much of it. Maybe it just seemed that to me at the time because my brain was still trying to learn words. Maybe it was just like grabbing separate words and trying to make sense of them, memorize it that way. But it seems there were so many phrases that were overutilized, it were constantly used. Whereas in Russian, I feel like um, it was a little bit different. It was a little bit more broad use of language. This is great. This is great discussion so far. Let me go ahead and go to number 2. And the number 2 reason to date a foreigner. The number 2 reason to date a foreigner is learning. And learning is not just about the language. In fact, when I created this second reason, I wasn't thinking about the language. I was thinking about learning, culturally speaking, learning about how people operate, personality of people, preferences of people from different countries. And when we do that, we are growing. Just like learning a new skill set, when we learn about people, we are growing emotionally, we're growing intellectually, and we are improving, in my opinion. And the reason I say that is because this is a very uh, underutilized, not underutilized, underestimated. There is no such a word. Um, I'm trying to use a word that will showcase that it is underappreciated, I suppose, aspect of things. I'm referring to getting to know other people, getting to know other people and what drives them, getting to know them culturally, seek to understand other people. When we do that, we can create connections. And I believe that this is really helps out with emotional intelligence big time, because we're living in a world full of people. So if we understand how to connect with other people, this is going to make our personal life better, and it's going to make our careers better. And so when it comes to foreigner, I feel like this is amplified, because now you're not only trying to understand the person from the same culture, you're trying to understand a person from completely different culture, from another country. And so now you have to learn. You have to learn about that culture in a different way. You have to understand what this person have gone through, what this person preferences are, why this person is the way he or she is. And when you do that, I think it really challenges you to step outside of the box. I really believe that, because again, using my personal examples, when I dated some foreigners in the past, in college, and even as after college. It just forces you, to listen, it forces you to understand, and inadvertently you are learning new things. I learned new things, for example, about Cuba that I did not know. I learned new things about Brazil that I did not know. And those things are so interesting. Let's see some comments, shall we? Let's see some comments. If I could only find where I stopped. Let's see. Sheehan said, a lot of us Americans say like as a feel in word. I do it too. I am sorry. Yeah, a lot of people say like. I am saying like now. Everybody do. Shane, I honestly don't know, to be honest, but I can tell you that I grew up with Spanish language, but never learned it until I got older. When I was in high school, I became in love with Spanish. Spanish is super nice. It's super cool. I like it a lot. Looks like Sadie's in the house. Hello, Sadie. Thank you for joining. Great to see you. Does anyone here speak Norwegian? No. I wish. That would be an interesting language to know. Let's go ahead and go to number 3. The third reason to date a foreigner is food. Yes, this is a really simple one, I suppose, but yet a significant one. Oh my God, let me tell you. I did not know anything about guacamole until I dated my Cuban ex, my Cuban ex back in college. She told me what guacamole was. Okay. And now I'm eating guacamole. I'm a big fan. I like guac and chips. I like it a lot. And I know how to make it myself. Okay. Um, Before I dated, my Brazilian ex, I did not know about caipirinha. Granted, caipirinha is like alcohol, um, but she showed me other Brazilian, what's the not the name, but authentic dishes. And then her mom would usually just cook up the storm. I mean, that lady was a machine in the kitchen, and she like cooked some of the most delicious stuff I ever ate in my life. So like you going to come across the food, and the food is just such a rich tradition for so many of these countries. In US, we don't look at food like other countries look at food. Okay, you're going to date again somebody from South America, you're going to date someone from Europe, you're going to date someone from Africa, from Asia, you're going to have some incredible food options that you're going to learn about. And to me, being able to try these different foods, being able to cook these different foods, it's just another point of connection. It's another point of connection that I don't think should be taken for granted, because you getting something out of this deal that you wouldn't get otherwise. How many of you like Asian food? I bet you there is at least like 4 or 5 people right now in the chat that love Asian food, whether it's sushi, whether it's Thai food, whether it's Korean food. There's so many amazing Asian food, right? How many of you like some South American or Caribbean food? Some rice and beans, um, chips and salsa. Like there are a lot of great, amazing foods in South America and Caribbean, right? In Europe, if you're going to go to France, for example, Europe is full of amazing food within a short geographic distance. If you're going to go France, you're going to have this crepes with all kinds of different filling. I had crepes with salmon when I was in France, and that was like mind blowing. Um, croissant, 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 s'il vous plaît, croissant. You're going to have some amazing foods. You're going to go to Portugal. You're going to have these little can't remember what they call, but these little baked goods with condensed milk on top of them. They're unbelievable, in and I mean, it's amazing. You can learn about these things simply by dating a person from another country. How incredible it is. How incredible is it? Let's see. Guacamole. Guacamole is amazing. Guacamole is one of my favorite foods now, and I would probably never have it if it wasn't for her. I'm loving Russian food exploration. Russian food is so good. That is another reason to date a Russian person. Okay? Russian food is on point, believe me. You know nothing about kachaka. Kachaka. Maybe I don't know nothing about it, but I can pronounce it. Kachaka. Now I do. German and Swiss chocolate. Caipirinha is prepared with cachaca. I don't need to know all the ingredients. I just know caipirinha. And now I can come to Brazil and order caipirinha. I can just point and say caipirinha. Huh? And that's it. Oh my God. We need more Russian restaurants around here. Let me tell you something. And I'll be completely honest with you. And I don't like to be pooping on my own kind. Russian food is amazing, but customer service in these Russian restaurants is bad. Is bad. Is inherently bad. Right? Like, how can I even explain this? I mean, like, if you go to Moscow, to touristy places, you're going to have good service. But if you're going to go to just a lot of places in Russia, just like simple places in Russia, you're just not going to have the level of service that you have in US. But the problem is that sometimes it's not even about the same level of service. Sometimes you're not going to have decent service, period. And I think that, like, it translates into people who come in from former Soviet Union or Russia, who still have amazing cooking skills, who still have all these different internal factors needed to run a successful restaurant, successful business, but they lack these customer service skills. So this is my only thing about Russian restaurants. If they can get their customer service up to par, I think they can really start winning major clientele, because the customer service in America, in the service sector, is everything. If your food good but your service is crappy, you're going to lose customers. You're never going to reach your potential. You can argue with me about that. That's fine. But I can just, it's just United States. The service must be up to par here. And that is the one big thing with many Russian restaurants. The food can be really, really good, but they got to get the service better. They got to do it. Hello, Jane. Thank you for hanging out. We're talking about 5 reasons to date a foreigner. I appreciate you being here today. I have never met a culture that I couldn't find something fantastic to eat. Exactly. Even United States, I sometimes bash United States cuisine. When it comes to Thanksgiving, oh yeah, things are getting real. During Thanksgiving, things are getting real in the United States. I don't even know why these things are not staple. Throw away your hamburgers, throw away your hot dog. That's tailgate food for, no. Give me some turkey with mashed potatoes and gravy. Give me some stuffing. Give me some green beans, some collard greens. Give me some of that. What else? What else is there? There's some other stuff. Pecan pie, pumpkin pie. Give me that good stuff. Let's make that American food. Let's make that represent America. Because that's more traditional, right? Isn't it started with pilgrims or something? Pilgrims were serving turkeys or something, if I remember correctly in history. And that's more historical. That's more symbolic. It's more, but it's better. It tastes better. So why do we? I don't know. I'm not a fan of hot dogs and hamburgers and all of that. That's just fine. We can have it, but it's just not. It can't compete internationally. Hot dogs and hamburgers stand no chance competing with some other authentic foods. Thanksgiving foods do, because it's home cooked. It's made with love. It's more sophisticated. It's more tasty. It's more beautifully presented. It's more enticing. It's more diverse. Depending, that same turkey could be cooked 5, 10 different ways and taste completely different. Hamburger is freaking hamburger. How many ways can you cook a freaking hamburger? You got me on my soapbox, guys. I'm gonna just crush American inadequate food. Give me good American food. Let's make American food great again. This is not a political statement. Don't take it out of context. It's just a nice, catchy phrase. We do have Russian store. 2 Russian women work there. When I go there, I have to put on my Russian face. Can you please show me your Russian face? And by the way, Cheyenne, I was wondering, did you just disappear from Instagram? I was going to send you a message, but you just couldn't find you. Did you just vanished from Instagram in one instance? Because I would like to see your Russian face, because they never smile to me or say anything, but I understand. You know what you can do? I'm going to give you one really, really useful tip. When you go to a Russian place, learn a name of a person who is serving you and address them by that name. Address them by their name. And when you address them by their name and smile at them, and especially if you're going to come in more than one time, watch how the service will change. I dare you to try this. I dare you to try this. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes you come into these Russian stores and they have these cakes. Felicia, you might experience this, you know. If you want a full-blown experience, you know, I can take you to this Russian store so you can see. Although sometimes there are good people there too. It's not about good, bad. This is now sounds wrong. It's not about good or bad people. They probably all good people, but sometimes it's a good service and sometimes it's bad service. So sometimes when you come in, when it's even bad service, and you learn the name of the person and you address her by the name. The example I was going to give you, that she would cut a cake. I would ask her, hey, I only need half of the pound. Well, it depends how I can cut it. Half of the pound, please. Oh, and then she cut 1 pound. Next time you come in, oh, Anna. Oh, hello, Anna. Hi. Half of the pound, please, okay? Okay, depends how I can cut it. Oh, okay, this time it's closer to half of the pound. Oh, look, I called you by name. It made a difference. So if you want the proper weight for your cakes, for your sausages, for anything else that they can cut and put on the scale, learn their names. This is a Russian. This is the way that things are done at the Russian stores. Okay, this is 21st century Russian service. Oh God, oh God. Becky said, "I love to cook many different kinds of foods from different cultures. My biggest challenge is to try to make a gluten-free version of everything so I can have it." Do any of you have bread maker at home? If you do, put down in the comment hashtag bread maker. We have no Russian or Korean restaurants where I live, so I just learned to make it myself. By the way, shout out to Jamie for some amazing recipes. Check out her Instagram page, check out her TikTok page, because some of the things I've seen, one thing I've seen you did, Jamie, is cooking something with kimchi. It was like some sort of egg dish with kimchi. And I was like, when I saw you putting kimchi, you got my attention. For those of you who never had Korean kimchi, this is worth it. Now, it's an acquired taste. So if you don't like sour taste, kind of a marinated cabbagey taste, might not be for you, but it's supposed to be good for your digestion system. So keep going, Jamie. I love what you're doing with your recipes and food prep. That's amazing. What do you mean, ooh, Thanksgiving? What is you for? That should be wow. That should be E. W moves to front, E moves in the middle, and get replaced by O. That's what should be happening here. How can you argue with Thanksgiving? I don't even know. No Russian food here that I know of. Lots of German restaurants. A guy from work opened a German restaurant here. I eat there a lot. German stuff, lots of meat and potatoes, a lot of sauerkraut too. From what I understand, not very sophisticated food, but I may be wrong. I've been to Germany. I've had few meals there. I haven't really dived into their cuisine very deeply, so I could be wrong. I just know it's a lot of meat, potatoes, and cabbage. Probably some breads. They drink a lot of beer over there too. It is funny because here in Brazil, my mom used to prohibit me to cook. She thought it would give me no future, and I simply discovered that I love cooking. It's all about love. It's all about love. It's not about always just money. It's about really doing what you love to do. And I know, Brian, you cooking really, really good. Your cakes are on point. Some of your other dishes are on point. Some of the pictures that I've seen of yours, it's amazing. So keep doing what you love. This is encouragement for you. Jamie said, I throw down during Thanksgiving. I I wouldn't think any differently. Would love to see some of you. Look, maybe we can do like a Thanksgiving prototype family dinner, huh? Huh? What do you think about that? Thanksgiving prototype dinner. First one, maybe we'll make in the United States somewhere like a central location. We have people from Michigan, Virginia, Alabama, Texas, Georgia. So maybe somewhere between, maybe somewhere in North Carolina, maybe somewhere in Tennessee. We have people from Tennessee. Maybe somewhere in Tennessee for Thanksgiving, huh? Huh? What do you think? Prototypes Thanksgiving. How cool would that be? And if they catch up, maybe we can do an international one down the future. How cool would that be? The Russian lady at in my local Russian store smiled and said hi. Either she wasn't really a Russian. You smiling at me. You must not be Russian. Where are you from? Why are you working at this store? This is a Russian store. People here don't smile. Are you really Russian? This is hilarious. I love when it's winter. My mom make delicious oxtail pea and rice or delicious pumpkin soup. I can make it, but my mom makes it better. That sounds delicious. Oxtail pea and rice? That sounds heavenly. Pumpkin soup? By the way, I have a weird obsession with soups. I think I'm getting more obsessed. I used to like them. I think I'm getting obsessed with soups. Like it's a healthy obsession. I don't need it every day, but every chance I get to eat soup, I want soup. This last weekend, we went to have Japanese ramen, and oh, oh, it's so good. And I can eat Korean food. Oh, I had Russian borscht this weekend too. I had borscht, a plate of borscht, and then I had a bowl of, not a plate, I had a little bowl of borscht and then a big bowl of ramen. Same evening. That's how much I like soup. Soup is just so nutritious. Plus broth. If you haven't had some Russian soups, if you haven't had some Asian soups, you gotta try it, guys. I'm telling you, you gotta try it. All the cakes. Russian store here has an entire case of cakes, a huge bulk section for chocolates. It's heaven. I can't even do sweets no more. Felicia's coming to town. We're gonna eat a little bit of cake, and then I need to be done because you don't understand. I think I'm gonna end up with some. Like I'm gonna retire from cake eating for a while. Even you don't understand how difficult for me to say this. You don't understand. It hurts me to say this, but I have got to, because it's not healthy with me. You don't understand. I can't just have a little piece. I can't have a little piece of cake. If I'm going to eat cake or dessert that I like, it's going to be a meal. It's going to be an unhealthy amount of 3-4 pieces. And then my sugar goes up and I'm just sitting there holding my stomach like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe right now. I'm not exaggerating either. That's why I had to stop buying ice cream. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's not for everybody. If you just join, make sure to smash the like button. Right now we're talking about food, but tonight we're talking about top 5 reasons to date a foreigner. And food is a big one, is a huge one. Here in Brazil too, I remember once I went out with my dad to eat cake and he said the name of the girl and said, please, name of the girl, cut a piece that represents the size of your heart. Oh, that's smooth. That's smooth. I can't be telling that to Russian people because they're going to give me the whole damn cake. Go and charge me $50 for it. Felicia, do not tell Russian people cut a piece of cake that represents their heart because they're going to be cocky. They will be acting like their heart weighs 100 pounds. I'm going to just ask for exactly. You're going to regret this. You're going to regret this. Let's see what else we have. What is your favorite Russian cake? That's for Strong Ballerina. Strong Ballerina, do you have one? Can't tell if she answered that. Let's see. So many great comments. That's amazing. Yuri, you like seaweed soup? I do love. I don't know if I had just seaweed soup. Is it like from Asia? What is it from? Russian people smile, at least in my experience. It's just not too often or for a long time. Yeah, they have internal clock, Jane. They had an internal time. Like there is a 3 to 5 second limit. You know, they count. That's it. That's all they're going to give you. Real Russians, they stingy with their smiles, let me tell you. Yuri, she confused me. I expected to be ignored, and most of them did ignore me. See, these Russians, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yuri, are you serious about us all meeting up? I think it'll be cool. Don't you think it'll be cool? At least we can kind of gauge how many people would be interested in something like that, because seem to be quite a few people in relatively, when I say relatively, I mean like, 2 to 6, 7 hours driving area within 2 to 7. If we meet in the central location like Tennessee might be a good location because I think people from Texas can get there. People from Alabama, Georgia can get there. Michigan can get there. Whoever else from Missouri, so it's more of a central location because it seems like a lot of communities located in those areas. So I just want to throw an idea. I'm not planning the date or time. I just want to gauge an interest. But why not? If the interest is there, I mean, why not? I think that could be super cool. So I'm just putting the feelers out, Heather. Shante, I tried Russian cake today and it was beautiful and delicious. My daughter friend mom made it. You guys are so friendly and you're cooking so good. Shante, what was the name of the cake? Please send the name of the cake. If you don't know the name of the cake, can you send a picture on my Instagram? I would love to see it. Sadie, yeah, all ate some Korean ramen and I fell in love and then took a long, long nap. Korean food is legit. It's so legit. I'm telling you, Mike introduced me to Korean food. I can't stop eating it. Every time I'm eating Mike, we're eating some sort of Asian food. A lot of times it's Korean food. If you like Korean food, my kimchi stew, it is divine but very spicy. Jamie, stop teasing with your food. You're gonna make me hungry. Kimchi stew. I never had kimchi stew. Never had kimchi stew. By the way, Jamie, I did the egg thing in the pickle juice that you suggested, and it was quite nice. If you haven't tried to, when you buy pickles at the store, preferably good quality ones, um, with some juice. You know, when you eat all the pickles, you end up with a little bit of juice or a lot of juice. Boil the egg first. Take the shells off. Put the actual egg in the juice for a few days. It absorbs the juice and it's quite magnificent. Let's see. I'm going to tell a Russian that just so I can turn around and tell them I don't like cake, which is true. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Strong Ballerina said, say something in Russian and they will speak to you. You will surprise them. Yeah, I think that'd be a good surprise for sure. Say привет. Don't cuss in Russian, please. When you go to Russian stores, you might get your I was gonna be inappropriate. The Russian people will not hesitate. If you think Russian people will not go gangster on you, you mistaken. Some won't, but a lot of people won't hesitate. If you offend them, they'll the best case scenario, they will say the same to you a lot louder, a lot angrier, but in the worst case, they might do something. So I say all that to say, don't say stupid stuff. And I don't think that you will, but I'm saying in general, when people learn Russian, they always want to know cuss words, always. And then like some people want to say those cuss words to strangers. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't do that. People in Russia don't play that. Say привет. Привет means hello. If you learn привет, как дела? Привет, как дела? Hi, how are you? Simple. And if you address somebody by name afterwards, you're golden. You are golden. Tennessee, I can make it. Here we go. We have one for Tennessee. I'm down. A lot of prototypes will do it too. Let's go. My boyfriend hardly ever smiles, but when I smile at him, he has to smile back. He can't help it. You train him, Jamie. You train him. All right, my friends, let's go to number 4, I believe, right? Otherwise, we're just going to stay here the whole time. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Where were I? Where were I? We were talking about food. Number 4 reason to date a foreigner is a feeling. What do I mean by that? I mean that a foreigner makes you feel a certain way. As they say in America, some type of way. When they say something, whether it's a joke or whether they said something they did not mean to say, when they do something for you, they have their own customs and traditions that Americans not used to. They create a feeling that you get in return, right? We talked about chivalry before, right? If you go with the date on a lot of prototypes, a lot of community are females. So assuming you're dating a man from another country, you may be surprised because the man might bring you a present, might bring you flowers, might open door for you, or do something else, something traditional from his own culture, right? And then there are other traditions, like example, like people in, I believe, in Colombia and some other South American countries, they actually like serenade. They singing on guitar. So imagine if somebody would be singing you on the guitar to serenade you. I don't know if they would do it in America, but point being, you can really have a feeling, and you can feel something different as a result of that interaction, as a result of that dating experience. And I think it means something. What feeling did I get? I got a feeling. So I mentioned, someone from Cuba that I was dating, and she told me a little bit how to dance because she was a dancer at the time. So she would dance salsa, bachata, merengue, all this stuff. And so she would take me to socials, and, you know, I would be in a dancing scene. And, I love music, I love dancing. And she would expose me, she would introduce me to this type of environment. And that inadvertently created a feeling. I felt like I can be myself. I can express myself in that way. And at the same time, I would make her feel good as well, that I was willing to dance with her. So it's just one simple example how some of these cultural things, because this was a cultural thing for her. Cubans like to dance. They like these Latin dances. It's important to them, right? Um, so if you're dating, you got to just understand what's the cultural preference is when you're dating someone from another country. For some other people, it's going to be food maybe instead of dancing, right? So it just depends on the individual. But nonetheless, you're going to get this new, hopefully new, never felt before type of feeling when you engage in this dating experiences. And I think that is awesome. Awesome. It could be priceless. It could kind of like inadvertently, in a very sneaky way, to change your life. Because there could be, you know, using my example, even though we're not together anymore, she and I, but I can still use the skills. I can still go out and dance and have time of my life. But she was the one who introduced me to that. So I still can continue carry on the feeling and have this amazing feeling of of excitement, of joy, of happiness because of music and dancing long after the actual relationship is gone. So I'm a big, big proponent of that. Let's see. Sadie said, "Oh, how romantic." This conversation made me want a mini Pavlova. What is mini Pavlova, strong ballerina? Please tell me. I feel like I'm supposed to know it, but I don't. Me and Dot ate it all. It was that good. I asked my daughter friend mom tomorrow when she awake. Sounds good. Cubans are good dancers. Cuban ballet dancers are some of the best turners in the world. I haven't seen Cuban ballet yet. That would be a really cool thing to see. In my experience, they made me feel really special. I love the difference in dating customs. And I think that is a big reason. That is one of the big reasons why. You're going to be able to witness things that you're not going to be able to witness in your own culture. Being half Cuban and Puerto Rican, dancing is really just a part of not just our culture, but a way of life to many of us. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that what makes these things makes dating somebody from another country amazing, because it actually transfers. You can actually feel the essence of another person through these things, whether it's dancing, whether it's food, whether it's traveling, whether it's some kind of other customs. You can feel the essence. And that's why I also was making reference to some of the European foods before, and saying that it's more than food, it's a way of life. Like you were saying, the Blah 990. It's not just the food, it's how people live. People go out every day and have a cup of coffee in a favorite coffee shop, or they go and pick up like a loaf of bread from their favorite bakery. This is what they do. This is not because they need bread. This is because this is part of them. That's part of the essence. It's part of the culture. It's engraved in them. And when you come across these things are very special. They're very special. And to be able to learn these things and see how people connect with these things is really an amazing experience. And you're able to do that by dating a foreigner. For some reason, I love when a guy plays violin or piano for me. It makes my heart melt. Yes, those things are awesome. Music is powerful, and classical music instruments are just, they transfer some sort of, I don't even know how to describe it. There's an energy associated with that. You can feel it. You can feel it in your soul. You can feel it in your heart. We connect with that. These sounds, they have meaning. They have power behind them. I've seen somebody. There's actually one person um, that is a subscriber on my channel, and she's a violin player. I'm trying to see if I can remember her name, because I think I was just looking at her Instagram the other day. But she's a really, really good violinist. Violinist. Anyway, I can't find it right now. But so we have even some folks in our community are doing amazing things with music. The little things that my BF does really make me feel special and cared for. It is very different from most of men in the US that I have dated. Yeah, share it if you don't mind. What is it? What's some of the things that really make you feel special? Play the cello with a man with the lights off and only candles lit. Oh, strong ballerina. Now you're really saying things. That's really danger zone. Danger zone. But yes, you are correct. These are powerful things. All right. Can anyone guess the last reason to date a foreigner? I will give you 30 seconds to vote. It's one word. It's one word. And it really makes sense why you should date a foreigner. It's one word. Go ahead and get your guesses in. Get your guesses in. You have, I'll give you 30 seconds from this point. Ready, set, go. Get your guesses in. What do you think is number 5? Main reason to date a foreigner. One word. Get your comments in. You guys don't like playing guess games? You guys don't like playing guess games? Oh, okay, here we go. Now I see it. Now I see it. Is my internet bad? There's a lag. Are you guys guessing? I see three guesses. Marriage, marriage material. One word. This is great. Oh, love. This is a good one. This is a good one. Miscegenation. That's all. That's all we got. Three guesses. Okay. I guess nobody else is in the guessing mood. Okay, we have passion. Another love. Passion. Oh, a lot of passion. I like that. Adventure. Family. All great guesses. All great guesses. Loyalty. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Good guesses. All really, really good guesses. What I was going with that is slightly different direction. The fifth reason. Let me take this off real quick so I can make it proper announcement. Felicia said fun. Good. Good guess as well. But what I was going with that for the fifth reason to date a foreigner is travel. I'm more practical. You're going to get to travel. Okay? You're going to go and visit a place where that person lives or have lived in the past. And this is a big deal. This is a big deal because we live only once, and traveling makes your life richer. When you travel, you grow. When you travel, you see. When you travel, you step out of your comfort zone. When you travel, I mean, for some people, traveling is life. Some people just go backpacking for a year, for 6 months. If you're just joining, we're talking about the top reasons to date a foreigner. Make sure to smash a like button. Make sure to leave me a comment where you're watching from. Make sure to give me your thoughts about number 5 reason, which is travel. If you are dating someone from another country and if everything going well, you have got to ask them to visit their country as long as they're not from Afghanistan. Don't date anybody from Afghanistan because I'll be very concerned for your safety. Oh God. Some of you will say, "What? Look at you, Russian. What is Russian man talking right now?" Look, Russia is not the safest country in the world either. I know I had conversation with a couple of you about going to Russia and being really careful traveling to Russia, okay? But Afghanistan is in bad shape right now. Taliban is back. I think we all know Taliban. We don't even need to Google. You hear Taliban and you're like, no, thank you. No Taliban in my life. I'll be good for the rest of my life without Taliban. Don't even want to know what it is. It just sounds like something that can kill me. Taliban. Taliban bam. You say it once and don't even Maybe they even I hope they're not going to just cancel this video for the fact that I said that word. Anyway, as long as the place, your destination is not dangerous, you get to travel to that destination. And now we are in a place where we can do our research beforehand. We can make all the accommodations beforehand. Now we know places that we shouldn't be going. If you go to the website of, um, let's actually check it out. Let me show it to you. Why am I telling you this? I can just actually bring it up and show it to you. Let's see, what should I type in? Because this will be helpful, I think. Um, give me a moment. You go to travel.state.gov. Okay. So let me show it to you really quickly, and then I'll get to your comments. So what I did, I'm going to do this screen right here. I typed in travelstate.gov. Actually, I just Google travel safety, and then this pretty much very second link showing travel advisory levels. So you click on that link, it takes you to the website travel.state.gov. Then learn about your destination. Let's actually try Afghanistan. Click. Oh, look at this. Afghanistan, level 4 in red. Do not travel. It says do not travel to Afghanistan due to civil unrest, armed conflict, crime, terrorism, kidnapping, and COVID 19. That sounds like a buffet of disaster. I'm not going. Okay? So it tells you everything. I mean, there is embassy messages, there is alerts, you can read about it. You can talk, I mean, you can see the currency restrictions. There is like, tells you the visa requirements. So you can just go on and do a bunch of research over here, right? So you can even actually see while abroad, emergencies, before you go, all these different things. So you own it to yourself whenever you go to any other country to pick, to look at this information and to research that. Do you like the transition, by the way? Did you see how we went from dating to now learning about travel precautions? That's what happens when you're part of this community. You get knowledge, you get wisdom, you get practical information. Smash the like button. So then let's go in and let's actually do another country that I deem dangerous right now. Let's do Venezuela. Still level 4. Level 4, do not travel. Same thing. Similar things. Not exactly the same, but a lot of different things. What about Russia? Let's look at Russia right now. Because some of you want to go to Russia. Let's see what America thinks of Russia. Level 4. Is it bad? Is it bad as Afghanistan? Are you serious? Do not travel to Russia due to terrorism, harassment by Russian government security officials. I can't even argue with that. Russian government security officials do harassment. They do. The embassy's limited ability to assist US citizens in Russia and the arbitrary enforcement of local law. Listen, these are the things that I've been telling you about. You think I'm kidding with you? It's not good right now in my motherland, in my homeland. It's not good. They're putting Russia in the same level as Afghanistan and Venezuela. Same level, level 4. That means that anything can happen. Anything can happen. Just listen to the words that they're using. Embassy's limited ability to assist US citizens in Russia and the arbitrary enforcement of local law. I'm not a fan. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it one bit. I'm not going to lie. It makes me feel bad for the fact that it had to come down to that because it was better. It was better. That's not cool. That's not cool. Let's see some comments. Let's see some comments. Oh, goodness, that's frustrating. What's going on with Russia? Letitia, what's going on? Thank you for joining. Happy to see you. Jamie said I should have guessed that one. It was a sneaky one. Travel. Travel is a great. It's kind of funny because I started out telling you that you should travel when you're dating someone. And then I showed you what's going on with Russia right now, and things just change in a moment. All jokes aside, it's hard for Americans to understand. But in Russia, things can really change within a moment. And the fact is that they saying the arbitrary enforcement of local law, it's sad. It's sad to read it. It's sad to admit it. But the problem is that you don't really have, you cannot be confident in your rights while you're there because your rights can be enforced by the government. It's really sad. It's really sad for me to say this. It hurts me to say this. I'm not, I am not mocking my country. Not at all. It hurts. It hurts to see it. But we have to equip ourselves with knowledge. We have to know, we have to understand what we get ourselves into. Last thing I would want for anyone from this community, from my prototypes communities, to go anywhere and end up in a bad situation. I do not wish that upon any of you because it's a very bad situation to be in. Very bad situation to be in. Heather said, that's a good point. I want to marry a foreigner so I can live abroad. Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Just not in 3 countries that we discussed. Not in Russia right now, not Venezuela, and no Afghanistan. And then whatever other countries in red right now. Okay? If they from Venezuela, you tell them, sorry, you didn't make the cut. Sorry, but you have to get another citizenship first somewhere. All jokes aside, safety first. Yeah, probably not. Probably not, Jamie. I wouldn't imagine so. Thank you, Letitia. Although I'm not trying to go back there right now. I'm good where I'm at. Strong ballerina. I felt safer in Russia than I do here. When did you go? What year did you go? I bet you wouldn't say it right now, strong ballerina. I bet you wouldn't say it right now. Just joining. Hi, Lady Fluffy Cakes. Thank you for being here. Just joining while having downtime at work in Los Angeles. LA's in the house, but wanted to add that learning a new language is also a bonus to having a significant other that is a foreigner. Oh, guess what? Look what number 1 is. Look at this. Great minds think alike. But we're back to travel. We're back to travel. And yes, it is. Yes, it is. Provided you are both from foreign countries that speak the same language. God. Are you saying did you just contradict your previous statement? You saying that it's good if you speak the same language? Shante would love to travel. Never been outside of UK. Went on a date about 6 weeks ago with the Afghanistan man. He kept asking me if I would like to go there with him. Well, Shante, now you know. Now you know. Uh, the response would be, nah, let's just stay here. Let's see what else we have. So you guys should be aware if you're planning to visit Rio too. Is Brazil bad as well? Is that what you're telling me? Don't disappoint me. I'm trying to go to Brazil one day. City said, you never know what you're going to get. You are correct. You never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get. I want to know what they're talking about Brazil. Now I'm curious too, but we can look it up later on because otherwise we're going to be here all night. My friend from Rio, married to my friend when came here. We were talking on the street and he said, I have been here for a month and I don't hear a single gunshot. We looked at him horrified. Yeah, I've seen a documentary about Rio, Pavelas, I think it's called. Not a pretty sign. A lot of stuff going on. Yuri, is it high because of situation with anxiety, Alexei Navalny? Cheyenne, that's just part of it. This is not a single factor. I think it contributes to the arbitrary enforcement of a local law. It surely does. For those of you who don't know, Alexei Navalny is a political prisoner in Russia. So this is a very strong signal, sign from the government that it doesn't matter who you are. If you know, if they want you in jail, you'll be in jail. So that's all you need to know. The Blonde 1990. I'm still learning Russian as a hobby, but it is going to stay like that for a while. Turkey. Every Brazilian woman got afraid of visiting there. Why? Why? Russian can be that bad. Are you talking about language or the country? Russian language is not that bad. Russia right now, level 4, as you saw. So, if you go there, look, it's not to say, listen, prototypes. We can do whatever we want. We just need to be aware of potential consequences. And like I was telling some people that I spoke with before, when you travel, for one thing, consider two things. When you travel in any country of the world, and you can call me skeptic, but this is going to help you. I guarantee you. Whenever you travel to any country of the world, if you plan for the worst case scenario, what is the worst case scenario? I'm not talking you like just getting killed. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about, obviously that's ridiculous, right? To think that way. I'm talking about if everything would go wrong, if you lose your passport, if you didn't have a place to stay, if you needed to do something very quickly, if you end up in a bad area, if somebody tried to rob you, worst case situations, absolutely worst. Do you know the language? Do you know the places where you can get help? Do you know someone there who can help? You need to be thinking all those things ahead when you travel to other places. What I'm saying, plan for the worst, for absolute worst. You know why? Because if you plan for absolutely worst, you can surely handle the best. If you plan only for the best and you cannot handle the worst, then you're in big, big trouble because things happen unplanned. And if you're not ready and you don't know who can help you, then you can be in a world of pain. That's number one. Number two, you got to do your research. You got to do your research in things with red. When it's in red, I don't know what other proof do you need. What do you need it to be? Level 10, level 15, people are dying. I don't need that. There's 4 levels. There's 4 levels. This level 4 is the last level. After that is just, I don't know. I don't need any other proof. Yeah, I'm going to take this. I'm going to research that. And if it's a vacation, if it's not a life and death type of situation, for like I don't have to go there, right? My life does not depend on being there. I'm not going there to save my loved one. It's a vacation. I'm not going to a level 4 vacation country. That's insanity. But that's just me. That is just me. To each their own. If you've done your research and you're convinced that this is not accurate, or that you know someone who can, take care of you in another country and you're going to be okay, use your best judgment. All I want you to do is just be prepared and know what to expect. That is all. Okay? Level 4 is sometimes just political posturing. Talk to people who are actually there to find out what's really going on. A lot of level 4 are COVID related. Again, the question becomes, strong ballerina, do you want to take this chance? Do you want to take the chance to go to a country where the laws are not working and where embassy cannot help you? Do you want to take this chance? If you want to take this chance, be my guest. There is no right or wrong answer, right? There is only individual answer. So if you're confident that you can go somewhere and be fine, more power to you. All I'm saying is just be equipped with information when you're making these decisions. Don't just kind of do a blind eye option and just go. If you're just joining us, we're talking about 5 reasons to date a foreigner. We are now getting into last one, travel. We've been talking about traveling, and now we kind of shifting gears to more serious subjects, what to do before travel. But be sure to smash the like button, share this with someone, share it with your friend on your social media. Let's bring some people in while we're getting closer to the end of this, but still going to bring a little bit of value to everyone. Felicia said, I try to go train with my gun as often as I can. It's one thing to have a gun, it's another to use it defensively. My dad told me and my sisters to shoot when we were real young. Look, I think it's relevant to have weapons nowadays. I never like a weapon. I never really wanted to have a weapon, but now it's a different day and age. It's just different, especially in the States where guns are everywhere. What are you going to do? Generally, I've had them come here or they have already migrated here. I always thought it was safest. If a serious relationship developed, I would consider traveling over there. I have been shooting since I was 8, so I'm pretty good shot. I will send you my last target photo. Oh, I like that. You've been training to become a professional erasers. I will erase him. What is my gun? I mean, don't speak the same language. Sorry, got distracted at work. Okay, makes sense. Have a great night. Thank you for jumping on. Brainy said, I meant Rio. Police cannot control things there. Yeah, things are not things. But, I think it's in certain areas. It's not the entire city. But it's dangerous city. I've seen some videos on YouTube. It's a very dangerous city. I really want to visit Rio because it's dangerous, but it's worth it. Yeah, I'm going to have to go there. I'm just going to have a guide. I'm going to have a guide who can show me. I'm going to have to really understand the laws for international visitors there. Violence exists everywhere, but if laws don't protect people, that's what really concerns me. I can stay away from potentially dangerous places, but I cannot stay away from law. Law can get you in any place. In the nicest hotel, police can get you. So I want to understand that landscape. Brian said it was a soap opera that showed that Brazilian women went Turkey to work and they were, oh my God, that's terrible. That is terrible. Human trafficking. Oh, I can't. Oof. This is terrible. And look, I hate to bring it up, but this is another thing. Like, human trafficking is real. I would research that too whenever you travel to other countries. Again, prepare for the worst case scenario. If you imagine yourself in the worst case scenario, being helpless of somebody kidnapping you, in that moment, imagine how would you feel? Wouldn't you want the time back? Wouldn't you want to be prepared for all these things? Nobody deserves that. but everyone can do something to prevent it, right? When you travel. So more research, go overboard with research. This is a part of a reason why I never travel alone, even as a male. A lot of females travel solo around the world. And look, I respect it. I admire that. But I haven't even dared. I want to do it. I'm going to, when I do end up doing it, I'm going to do research. I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to, take precautions. But at the end of the day, you still, even as a male, there are bad people everywhere. Brainy said, so everybody here got a little bit afraid to visit Turkey. It was fiction, but sadly happened in real life. Sadie, thank you so much for hanging out. Have a great evening. Good luck with your classes. Strong Ballerina, I was in Russia during level 3. Nothing was happening. Sometimes countries are marked as level 4 if our GVMT is mad in their GVMT at their government. Sometimes it's real though. Yes, sometimes it's definitely real. Sometimes it's definitely real. I know in Russia, your embassy can help you, unlike in other countries. That's what they were saying on the website. One of the things they said, the embassy's limited ability to assist U.S. citizens in Russia. That is super worrisome. Assassin girl who bakes. That's awesome. Cheyenne, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. We'll be wrapping up a little bit here. I think we had a good discussion. Hello, Kaya. I like the way you think, Yuri. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining and hanging out. Brian said, I am studying laws for foreigners. Look, this was a great discussion. I know we got serious with the travel one, but let's recap really quickly. We talked about 5 reasons to date a foreigner. Number 1 was language and accent. Number 2 was learning. Number 3 was food. Number 4 was a feeling that you will get when you're dating a foreigner. And number 5 was travel, because you probably will go somewhere. I hope you will. This is my list. And those things are fun. Let me tell you, those things are fun. Shante, I do more research on it. I'm not going to Russia for now. Unfortunately, you're now allowed to carry a gun over there. But I learned how to do martial arts and kickboxing and boxing. Yeah, absolutely. Look, and I think it really helps to get to know someone. If you find a local guide, or if you have somebody who knows someone in Russia, somebody that you can semi-trust. Maybe it's not like 100% trust, but somebody who at least seem to be a reasonable person, so they can show you around, or who can translate for you and things like that. I think it helps. Number 1 reason to date a foreigner, you have a free translate. Yes. Yes, 100%. I like that. I like that reasoning. And Jamie said, that's great. Every woman should learn hand-to-hand self-defense, 100%. My friends, this was awesome. This was awesome to chat. I enjoyed it so very much. Let's go ahead and connect tomorrow, 9 p.m. again. No voting tonight. Send me a DM on Instagram if you have a particular topic in mind for tomorrow live stream. I'm trying to make it concise. I'm trying to make it within an hour, but it's hard because the comments so enticing. Comments are so enticing. I want to communicate. I want to respond. I want to hang out with you. I want to chat with you. It's a real conversation. It's a real community. So, still trying to navigate that part, but we're making strides. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you taking the time. Appreciate you hanging out. always a blast. Let me go ahead and recognize few folks who are still here. We have Letitia in the house. Thank you so much for hanging out and for stopping by, Letitia. We have Shantae in the house. Thank you for hanging out, for all your comments. I appreciate you. We have Brian in the house. Pleasure to see you. Thank you for birthday wishes the other day. We have Summer Dream in the house. Thank you very much for stopping by. Always a pleasure. Kaya, thank you so much for Super Sticker. I appreciate you. That means a lot, your support. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. We still have Heather in the house. Appreciate you hanging out right now and joining Instagram Live earlier today. We had Cheyenne in the house before she went to study. Thank you for joining. Jamie is in the house, the assassin girl who bakes. Love that. Thank you for being here tonight. We have Felicia in the house who's coming to Florida soon, so we'll be eating cakes together very soon. It'll be super cool. Let's see who else. Strong Ballerina, where are you? I'm trying to highlight you. Here you are. Strong Ballerina, thank you for being here and your meaningful comments. Always a pleasure to see you. I think there are a few other people. Lady Fluffy Cakes. So all in all, wonderful night, wonderful conversation. Jamie, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your support. It means a whole lot. This is awesome. Thank you. I'm very humbled. My friends, tomorrow, let's do it again. Let's hang out. It's becoming like my daily ritual now. I'm looking forward to these things every night and every day. So tomorrow, 9 p.m., we're going to do it again. Send me your suggestions on Instagram if there is a specific topic that you would like to see, and we'll go from there. I wish you an amazing Tuesday. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your wisdom. I'll be seeing you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. With that being said, good night. Peace, prototypes.